You got to eat that. That's why you get paid like you do, and I don't.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it's helping Kid Cudi anyway. His name his name is out there.
Now, ironically, go ahead. You probably about to say what I was about to get ready to say. Loud. Go ahead.
You about to say about Ye?
No, I was just going to say, ironically, based on what Lance was saying, he did state that this is why I feel the way that I feel about it. I feel like it was definitely fair game. I feel like that based on exactly what Lyles just explained, just the fact that he definitely felt like that prior to, him stating that he had to go into treatment, even if there were no mental health issues. I feel like he still was salty about the whole thing because he wanted what is anticipated to come out with Drake and Kanye. He wanted to have that collabo. He wanted to be, still with Kanye and riding the wave or whatever. And he didn't get that. So I think he's salty about that. And to go ahead and mask all that, yeah, he might have some mental health issues. He might. But it's ironic that he also kind of plugged his album, too, before, at the end of that statement, at the end of saying, I'm going to get rehab or I'm going to get some mental health treatment. He then dropped the plug for his upcoming album.
Yeah, man.
Come on, man.
He's just trying to be relevant. All right.
Now, one thing, though. So, in that same rant, Kid Cudi also talked shit about Kanye. Now, Drake did his thing and kind of dissed him in that song. Kanye, on the other hand, in one of his recent concerts, had the crowd he played a Kid Cudi song. He kind of rapped some of the lyrics, and he had the crowd kind of chime in and go along with him, and then sent this message out saying, Cudi, we with you, we support you, we standing behind you. So those are two completely different ways two different responses to what happened. Right. So you got Drake who took the shot, and then you got Kanye who's kind of, hey, you know what? I'm going to still support you, even though, all that stuff happened. I know you down. I'm going to support you.
Yeah, but they got a deeper relationship, though, right?
Not even just that. The relevancy there is, what I like to say is, people with mental health issues have sympathy and empathy for people who have mental health.
I shouldn't have.
Enough said.
All right. We're going to leave that one at that. All right.
Right.
So I got one for y'all. Hold on. This is interesting. Actually, you know what? Let me find it. If I can't find it, then y'all can go. Here we go. Here we go. Right here. Your girl, Stacy Dash. I'm going to read you this quote.
Oh, fuck.
Damn.
All right, here we go. If we don't want segregation, then we need to get rid of channels like BET and the BET Awards, and this is literally what she has in there, NCAAP. We'll talk about what that is in a minute. Image Awards, where you're only awarded if you're black. If it were the other way around, we'd be up in arms. Stacy Dash. Go.
No words. No words for that sellout.
It's not apples to apples. I mean, that's just the bottom line. It's not an apples to apples comparison between. I mean, we just had this whole Oscar so white thing going on and whatnot. So all of these shows came from the fact that traditionally black people were not winning at these major award shows, the Academy Awards, the Grammys and stuff. They weren't being recognized the way that we felt we should be. So these other outlets came up with these awards in order to recognize our people because we weren't getting that. And so now they become tradition. They become, see, this is the thing. Can we just have some things that so we can kind of start to form some sort of culture and identity, and there's still a cultural component to being an ethnicity where everything doesn't have to be blended in order for it to be desegregation. Like those are mutually exclusive. You don't have to have everything be for everybody in order for stuff to not be segregated.
True. What is yeah, Ham, I want to hear your thoughts. Go ahead.
No, that's because white people just scary as hell. That's all. And Stacey Dash views herself with white people in terms of like her social economic status, the people who've elevated to her where she is right now, in terms of the acting role, Hollywood, all that stuff. Because think about it, just like what Lau said, like black people aren't allowed to have culture. You can go into any town and see Chinatown, no problem. You can go into any town and see Indians dominating hotels and having their own stuff, no problem. Until 9/11, you could see people with like mosques and stuff. You could have the Jewish Community Center. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But anytime any black people come together or like mention black-owned businesses or mention a black organization or anything like, for blacks, you see what I'm saying? Like it's automatically a threat immediately.
Here's my
and two, it's not like the BET Awards doesn't give awards out to white people.
Right.
If you rap, you can win at the BET Awards. It doesn't matter if you're black or white.
I'm pretty sure Eminem's won, right?
Eminem has won.
Probably John B. back in the day.
Right. So
Robin Thicke.
It doesn't. Exactly. That's what it's not. It's not about black and white. It's about what type of music. And are you in that grouping of what they're giving awards out for? Because white people have won plenty of BET awards or have won awards at black award shows before. Because they're contributing in that field. So it's a bullshit. Just like everything she says, it's a bullshit excuse. It's a bullshit statement.
So before we move on, I ask you, what's the difference? Is BET not the same thing as CMC? And don't they have their own award show?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, so we'll leave it at that. And I'm sure the only one that wins over there is Darius Rucker. Shout out to the Gamecock.
Yep.
Right.
But seriously though, it's the same damn difference.
No, what's that? What was the other black country dude? Aaron Neville.
Aaron Neville. Yeah. See, he was more bluesy though. I give him blues, but he that's the
man. He wears straw hats. You wear straw hats and cowboy boots. Guess what?
That big ass mole or whatever that is on his forehead, man. That distinguished him. I could never get past it. That's why he wore that hat, man.
Bottom line, Stacy Dash need to get some black penne and STFU.
Yep. She really does.
Yeah.
She's just like Harrison. She's a female Harrison.
My, she is the female Harrison. She is the female Harrison.
All right, so Ham, what you got?
I'm not they.
I got two, but okay. Since we on music and rap and entertainment, Atlanta rapper Rallo, Ralo, went to a homeless shelter.
Now you're not gonna have us have to introduce who the hell Kid Cudi is, and you don't tell me who Rallo is.
Exactly.
You know who Rallo is?
No.
No, that's why you gotta tell me who Rallo is. You made us tell people who Kid Cudi was.
The only Rallo I know is off Tim.
Don't nobody know who this dude is except he gets money. He's probably a drug dealer who raps.
You dropped that Rallo though, like we were supposed to know.
Yeah. I literally wrote it down on a piece of paper so I could read it.
That's literally why I spelled the name out, because I know nobody knows who this dude is. But look, so he goes to a homeless shelter and gives out $30,000, right? Charitable. Cool. Can we agree with that?
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah, but the thing is, he throws the $30,000 up in the air in cash and watches the homeless people fight over it.
I
so
shouldn't
do you have a problem with it?
Nope. And neither do they, I'm sure.
Nah, why not? Nah. Well, first of
all,
all,
it's like the purge out here now. Like,
let me start with why I brought it up, because I do have a problem with it. Because you can judge a man's character by how he treats people less than them. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
right.
The same people talking about they don't have a problem will be the same people pissed off because the Indian man put the money on the counter instead of in your hand. But yet you got these homeless people who you look at, you dehumanize them, and they're humans. You know, most people in America are a couple paychecks away from being in that same spot, depending on how many family members and support system you got. So you got these people fighting over money like they some savages. You see what I'm saying? And I thought that was like patronizing and really dehumanizing them.
He's still the biggest loser, though. Okay, so how many homeless people do you think that's fighting for the money?
I have no idea how many homeless people fighting for the money.
So, because if it had been me, I'm like, look, just let him throw it. We collect it and we split it.
Wow, you guys, we came full circle because he is actually really good friends with Gucci Mane.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm looking him up.
He's still, so his heart is not in the right place. But if they waste money, he wastes money in the strip club doing the exact same thing.
Hold on, because this is wow. You just hit this. So he got the idea from strip club. So he said, so I got a direct quote. Y'all made me Google this dude. This is from Rollo. We go in the club and we throw money, but they don't really need it.
Bam.
I said, let me get this money and give it to the homeless and make it rain on them.
There you go.
Whoever in the club throwing the most money, that's who gets the most attention. That's who's supposed to be the biggest man. I be seeing people out here, they be flipping for these strippers. So if we're going to get bigger, we're going to be bigger than each other. Let's be bigger than each other in a better way. So he actually thought he was doing a good thing by going out there and making it rain and throwing up the money.
They were fighting.
Fight.
Yeah, he wouldn't. So he wasn't doing it for the fight.
He definitely did. I mean, it's obvious that he probably thought he was doing a good thing.
Yeah.
So I mean,
right.
he don't see anything wrong with it. But to Ham's point, the young brother got to be educated. I mean, he has to be educated on that. Like, I understand he probably had a good intent, but it's demeaning. I'm pretty sure some of the homeless people probably didn't see it that way, but still.
At all. No, come on. Shit, if he came and made it rain on my street corner, I would be up there trying to fight somebody for a $30K without being insulted by it.
But Lance, without his $30K, you still going to be fine.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, though,
right.
he didn't do it because at first it sounded like he did it he wanted to see them fight over it. He was just making it rain on them, and they were fighting over it.
So what happens?
Yeah, I think that.
What happens when what happens when someone gets injured or stomped out or killed because they all up in the mix?
No,
has it happened?
I think that he had. I'm with Lance. I think he had the right intentions. He had the wrong method, though.
Delivery.
That's it.
Yeah,
he had the wrong delivery. I think he had the.
Nobody's saying they couldn't use the money, but I'm saying if he was like, okay, I got these white people. I want you to make a $30,000 charitable. No, not even white people. I got some middle class people. I want you to make a charitable donation to them. Give them this $30,000. He wouldn't throw it on them. So that's what I'm saying. It's classism. You see what I'm saying? He looked like he's treating them like animals. Like if you wouldn't make it rain on anybody for the same thing, then it's classism.
But he treats women like animals too. Then that's what I'm saying. That's just who he is. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. But strippers have high self-esteem but low self-worth. They think they're the shit, but they don't think their self is worth anything. That's why them hoes on the pole. So they don't demand self-respect.
Do you think they truly have high self-esteem?
But Ham, I think
let me get on this. Time out. Yes, they do. Strippers do have high self-esteem. They think they the shit. High self-esteem means you think you look good, you think you got the fattest ass, you think you gonna get all the dudes. High self-worth is what's low. Because if they saw themselves worth more than what they are, they wouldn't be in
I think that's a facade.
That's true.
That's not a facade. That's a fact. But strippers have high self-esteem. High self-esteem is shallow. Self-worth is what you be like, no, I'm worth more than just to be like busting it open, blah, blah, blah. I mean, for those of us who have daughters, you see what I'm saying?
Okay, so.
Like, that's self-worth. You want to implement more self-worth, than you would hope your daughter would be like, look, my dad tells me he loves me. Like, no, I don't have to go this route. But I still think I'm fine. So.
But what if they're making like $2,000 a night? That's what I'm saying. So their self-worth is higher than any corporate America job. For them to initially go to the poll, they had to have some sort of self-esteem issue.
It's just like you talk
about. It's how they define their self-worth. It's not how they don't have it.
Yeah.
It's how they define it. To what Lance is saying, it's defined differently from what you think the self-worth of a woman is.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I completely understand that, but what when we're talking about self-worth, if you even mention the word, you're going off social norms. Like what is an acceptable social norm? Yeah. So you guys,
exactly.
We can't even use the terminology if you guys like, well, for sake of argument, I'm just taking. It can mean anything to anybody. No, we basing it off reasonable, middle class men like who we're talking to right now, like how we raise our kids and everything like that. That's what I'm going on. That's the bar that I'm holding them to in this conversation.
Well, I do think
I honestly think that Rollo dude would make it rain wherever he went.
Yeah, I think he would walk into.
I think he would walk in church. I think he could walk into Ruth's Chris with a room full of people and just throw $30,000 up in the air and just be. I think he's just ignorant. Like he probably would. He would do it wherever he went. I honestly, just like Lance said, I think that's who he is.
Yeah.
And I think that he thinks that, and I think that he thought because of how, just like he said in that thing in the article, is that how making it rain is perceived in most things is that, oh, you the man, you got it, you throwing it up, whatever. So I do think there was a component of him wanting to be like, hey, I'm the man, I got it, but hey, look, I'm trying to share